YouTubers, Mike Martin's here, Mike Martin's channel. Want to send a shout out to my boy, Lost Canuck down in Barrie, Ontario. Big hug to you, brother. Thanks for mentioning me in almost every freaking video you do. It means a lot to me. And I want to plug you too. Lost Canuck guys, check him out. He brought up people walking away from deals and deposits. Is a common thing when the market starts to get erratic. Now, I found an article from Friday, November 9th, 2012. Now, what I want you guys to do is I want you guys in your country or your country of origin, where you are, where this housing crisis is taking place, I kind of want you guys to actually point form the answers below for what's happening, what's allowed in the province of Ontario. So, let's get to it. Is there a buyer's remorse period in the province of Ontario? And guys, comment below if there's a buyer's remorse period in your area. If you're buying a new condominium for a builder, you have 10 days to change your mind. You do not need a reason. This does not apply if you buy a new house from a builder. So if you buy a new house, it doesn't apply. And does not apply if you're buying a resale home or condominium. Why condos only? The clause is included in the Condominium Act. So the Ontario Condominium Act. Let me know if you have one of those in your country. Now, can buyers sign an offer then walk away? Yes, guys, you can, okay? You have 24 hours, okay? I don't think that law's changed since then. For example, the buyer offers $300 large for the house, which is accepted. The buyer changes his mind, doesn't pay the deposit, and walks away from the deal. The seller resells the property for $275. They can sue the first buyer for the difference of the $25,000. Wow. Wow. So guys, watch out. Can buyers use conditional clause to escape hatches? See, guys, this is only for buyers, not sellers. So the sellers could sue your face off when you walk away from a deal, but can buyers use conditional clause to escape hatches? Most real estate contracts are conditional on buyer being able to get the mortgage and be satisfied with the home inspection. Other conditions include being satisfied with the condominium status certified when buying a resale condo. Many buyers think these conditions give them a right to just change their minds. It is not that easy. The case law has demonstrated that buyers must try to satisfy any condition in good faith. This means that you need a legitimate reason why you found the home inspection report or condominium status certificate unsatisfactory. So those are a few questions there. Let us know how it is in your country when walking away from a deposit or down payment or pre-built or whatever the situation that I mentioned here. I'd like to know what's happening in New Zealand, for example. What are the laws with that? Is it because right now a lot of people are walking away from pre-builts, but they're losing their deposits and they're getting sued by the builder in the province of Ontario. So, and then now the builder is turning around and then selling the homes for 100 or homes or condominiums for 100,000 or 150,000 less the ticket price that was offered originally. So I guess the buyer felt something uneasy and walked away from the deal, which was a good thing now that they're selling it for 150,000 less. Let me know in the comments below. The crash is happening. It's happening everywhere. So it's better to educate people on how to protect themselves from this. Oh, wow. There's two more questions, guys. I'm sorry. Who gets the deposit when the buyers change their mind? Oh, this is a good one. In most cases, the deposit is held by the seller's real estate brokerage in trust. Under the law, when the deal breaks down, the brokerage cannot pay the deposit to anyone without either a mutual reason or direction signed by both buyer and the seller or an order of the court. As such, when the deal does not close, if there is no agreement, the deposit can be locked up for some time and the buyer will not have access to it to make an offer on another property. Oh, that sucks. So let me know how that works in your place and if this is still standing in Canada, because it's an older article, right? Is there a legal way for a buyer to get out of a deal? It depends. If, for example, there was a right on your title for the city to access 20% of the property for any reason, known as an ease, that's not assessment, that's easement, and that did not disclosed on the buyer, they could usually cancel the agreement without penalty. However, there have been other cases that indicates if there is a problem in this with a city work order or title problem for which the seller can obtain title insurance to protect the buyer, then the buyer cannot refuse to close. A buyer can also cancel if there has been a substantial damage to the property before closing, such as flood that was not repaired. You can't refuse to close if the oven is not working. Oh. The better answer if all these situations is not to be careful and serious before you make any decision to buy a home. Changing your mind can later be very expensive. So guys, remember this. If buying a house is the most important asset you'll ever buy in your life, the most important and the most expensive asset you'll ever lay for. You'll buy stocks, you'll buy positions in mutual funds and stuff like that. But it's always broken down, right? Mike, I have way more money in stocks than I do in what my house is worth. I get it, and a lot of us do. But the problem is it's broken down in sections, and you can sell it overnight. Unlike a house where it becomes more complicated and more paperwork and more of a headache. So let me know, what are the buyer's rights in your country if they decide to walk away from a down payment or a deposit or a pre-built? Comment below. Let me know.